topic. All right, so the Democratic Socialists of America are hitting hard again, and this time they're hitting hard in a Republican state. Angie Nixon defeated Alex Vindman for a Senate primary seat for running for Senate. Now, this is in a state which hates socialism, which hates liberals, probably hates blacks too. This is Florida. And the Democrats are putting forward this lady. She doesn't stand a chance. I forgot the name of the guy who she's going against. I would say Nixon.
Binman.
And name of the guy that she's going to go against. Uh, Florida. His name is Oh no, it's a lady, Senator Ashley Moody. So Nixon is not going to beat this person. She's a Trump because this is Florida. But you think that the people who voted for Nixon didn't know that most of the votes that Nixon got were from black neighborhoods, people who don't have degrees, not very well educated. Usually, you think it's the high educated that would vote for the socialists and young people. What I believe is that what they're saying, they're sending a message that we're not going to buy that thing you tell us anymore, where we need to elect the lesser of two evils because the good candidate that we love can't win. In other words, put somebody electable rather than the person you want. So they'll say, oh, you can't win in Florida, so you might as well put Vindman instead of Nixon. They say, no, we're going to choose Nixon. And if she loses, so what? Because we're tired of what you're telling us to vote for you because you have a better chance against the Republicans than the socialists, which means they're going hardcore. And I bet you they're also saying that you're no different from the Republicans. So we'd rather punish you and put this person forward for us than you because you're going to do the same thing the Republicans had. Vindman had 25 or 16, I think it's 16 to 20 million dollars for his account for his running. Nixon had only 1 million. So we're seeing money is not able to buy people elections anymore in the Democratic Party because the people are tired of these guys who are backed by money. Once again, even if she doesn't win, this is a sign that the Democratic Socialists are on the rise in America, all over the country. And what Nixon ran on was very simple: universal health care. What else was it? Universal health care. I'm trying to think what the other two things were. What were they, follow me? If they were social things that you wanted. Let me see what she
And
National,
also
a freeze
housing.
on national rent and higher tax
free.
on billionaires.
So healthcare, Medicare improvements in Medicare, healthcare, and also
And
childcare
higher taxes on billionaires.
and rent controls. So what I'm trying to say is that call it socialism, call it whatever you want. The reason people are voting for these people is two reasons: because they're saying things that make sense: rent control, tax the billionaires, daycare, universal healthcare, Medicaid. So you can call it socialism. You can even call it Satanism. If that's Satanism, then sign me in for being. I'm a devil worshiper. If it means give me healthcare. So the idea is that this is what Americans want. Second thing is that they're tired of us spending money and giving to Israel. So this is a referendum. Even in the Republican Party, people are getting tired of this, of the representatives getting money from APAC, spending money on everything, but letting healthcare and other things go to waste. We just saw with our troops in on the boat, the Abrams, people jumping over the ocean, people eating food without vegetables. They just give you, Alex, they give you a hamburger without the bread, just the meat.
What?
Meat with a round piece of meat without bread and six pieces of cut carrots. That's what they were feeding these guys that they went to go beat Iran. So we're tired of this
That
shit.
is
Like
crazy.
a lot of people who say we rather put a candidate who may not win for now, rather than put the guy who actually works with the Republicans in destroying the fabric of this country. What are your thoughts, Alex? And also,
Yeah, I
congratulations.
think
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
what?
no, I said
Congratulations on what?
to Nixon. What are your thoughts? No, I just said congratulations.
Oh,
Mm.
right. Yeah, this is a textbook example of a disconnect between the national political consultants and actual voters on the ground, you know? People assumed, well, not really, but the voters, especially the younger working class and the minority in places like Jacksonville, were dealing with sky high housing, insurance, and childcare costs, like you guys mentioned. So they chose a local.
This happened before. He should be back up in a second. I follow. Are you on mute?
No, I'm back. It was
I
it
follow.
Yes,
was
back.
network. I'm back.
with your phone. It's happening a lot, lady. You got to figure out what's going on. What are your thoughts, Alex? Yeah, sorry. You can. You were saying something. What were you saying?
I was saying that, this is not really surprising because the voters whom are young, working class, minority voters in places like Jacksonville, we are already dealing with sky high housing, insurance, and childcare costs,
Yeah,
which is too much for them. So they chose someone who will advocate those issues and hopefully bring a change to them. So
yeah,
I'm not really surprised that she actually won them over.
yeah. Well, they'll argue that because it's in Florida, because this is not New York where there's liberal people. Florida is usually racist, white, old Republicans, and then the independents don't like socialism because they're backwards. They're backwards people. I'm gonna get insulted on the comment section. I can't wait. But anyway, they're backwards people. So the fact that they put forth the weaker candidate. The other guy was the stronger candidate. But I don't care anymore because the other guy is taking money and he'll just go there and send it and collect money and sit down and watch porn while
I
he's voting.
saw by his videos, I was like, he is definitely getting funded
Yeah, he's getting funded,
on
and they don't.
TikTok.
They sometimes don't do. They get paid 200,000 a year. They just have to vote once in a while. Sometimes they don't show up for vote. Then they get millions. So it's an easy job. Like if you're a senator, you can't be fired. I say I can't make it today. I'm playing golf or I'm doing my YouTube show. You guys go vote. They can literally do that, and they won't get fired. So these guys, they're just collecting money there. They're doing nothing. So even if she doesn't win, so what? It's a good statement, and let's wait and see. You never know because Florida itself has a
Yeah.
lot of people in it. So let's wait and see what happens in the main elections. Last I follow be, then we'll head out. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, this was a very good victory. I mean, Angie Nixon's victory was proof that you have a growing section of Democratic voters, especially young and working class voters, that actually prefer economic populist candidates over heavily funded establishment-backed moderates. And this showed from, I mean, look at the figures. Alex Vidman raised over around $16 million, while Angie Nixon just less than $1 million, and she defeated Vindman. So basically, they performed strongly. He performed strongly among the younger voters, Black communities, voters without university
She before,
degrees.
yeah.
Yeah. So basically, her policies are social policies, Medicare for all, 25 dollar federal minimum wage, free
Oh, yeah.
childcare, national rent freeze, and higher taxes on billionaires, which is becoming these policies are becoming very popular. So it's heartwarming to see that we actually have this class of voters that are emerging, democratic voters that are emerging.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's a story for another day. I'm beginning to think, though, a little bit that this thing is getting out of hand, that a lot of people are calling themselves democratic socialists, and then they can't deliver what they're promising. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're liars, but a lot of people are getting hyped because remember, even when you get to Senate, you have to vote. All the senators vote, and unless you have a majority of senators who are democratic socialists, and I think that before that happens, the people who have money will kill them. You get my point? I think that socialism will only come to America through. I don't want to use the word on YouTube, but it would only come through chaos. Let's just say it that way. I'm not in favor of it, but usually when people in power who are rich, they don't give up power unless they'll hold on to power with violence. You get what I'm
Yes,
saying?
or some kind of insurrection.
Martin Luther King was not killed because he said vote for blacks. Martin Luther King was killed because he was organizing for a socialist movement in America. So Martin Luther King was killed weeks before he was going to tell all of the sanitary workers, people who take away trash, they were going to go on strike. That's why Martin Luther King was killed. You see what I'm saying? Because Martin Luther King was against the Vietnam War. He was against the military, so he was trying to get America to change to more socialistic things. So what I'm saying is that these guys that are running, it's very fancy to vote for a democratic socialist, but at the end of the day, it's going to take blood, sweat, and tears before America ever changes. If they can kill 70,000 Palestinians, because America's killing them, they're giving the weapons to these guys. If they can go to war with Russia, if they can kill tens of thousands of Iranians, they'll kill their own citizens before they become socialists. But at least this goes to show, at least the people are voting for democratic socialists. It shows that the American people themselves are tired of it and they want something more like socialism.
Of
But it's
course.
going to take, thing to say is that you're going to have strikes. I won't say violence, but you'd have to
Yes.
have people
It's
strike
it's
and
it's
shut down.
difficult. It's going to take a lot.
They
To
did it. They did
rep-
but it killed millions of people, man. You
yeah.
know, that's it became a socialist country. All right, take us out of Folabi.
It's been another brilliant show. We've been discussing how the democratic socialists are emerging from the statistics of the voting, and from Mustafa and Alex. My name is Afolabi. We'll be back with some more interesting political stories. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, so Alex has done 3 shows. Well, maybe we'll do one tomorrow. Or she's done 4 actually. We might do